New York Attorney General Letitia James has taken a bold stand against financial fraud, suing Zelle for what she claims are significant security oversights that have cost consumers over $1 billion. This legal action, announced in a press conference in Manhattan, highlights a growing concern about the safety of digital payment platforms. But here's where it gets controversial. Zelle, a service that competes with popular apps like PayPal's Venmo and Block's Cash App, is owned by a consortium of major U.S. banks, including Bank of America, Chase, and Wells Fargo. James asserts that these institutions have long known about the vulnerabilities within Zelle's system, but have failed to implement necessary anti-fraud measures. This, she argues, has allowed fraudsters to exploit the platform, leading to widespread financial losses for unsuspecting users. A lawsuit filed in a New York state court comes on the heels of a decision by the U.S. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB, to drop a similar case against Zelle and its parent company, Early Warning Services. The CFPB's retreat from enforcement actions has been linked to the return of former President Donald Trump to the White House, a move that has drawn criticism from consumer advocates. Zelle, however, stands firm in its defense. The company contends that the vast majority of its transactions, over 99.95%, are completed without any reported fraud, a rate that surpasses industry standards. They argue that the real issue lies not with their platform, but with the methods fraudsters use to deceive users, often through social engineering tactics. Zelle also warns that holding them liable for such scams could result in increased fees for consumers, a burden they claim would ultimately harm the very people the lawsuit aims to protect. And this is the part most people miss. And despite these claims, James points out that Zelle only began implementing basic security measures in 2023, 4 years after they were first proposed. By then, many consumers had already fallen victim to various scams, including utility bill fraud and puppy scams. One victim, for example, was tricked into paying $1,477 to avoid a power shutoff, while another lost $2,600 trying to buy a non-existent puppy. The Attorney General's office is seeking not only to hold Zelle accountable, but also to ensure that the company strengthens its anti-fraud protections and compensates victims. James emphasizes that no one should be left to fend for themselves after falling prey to a scam, a sentiment that resonates deeply with many who have suffered financial losses. This lawsuit is just one in a series of actions taken by James to combat financial misconduct. Earlier this year, she sued Capital One for allegedly cheating savings depositors out of millions in interest and reached a settlement with MoneyGram over issues related to remittance transfers. Both cases followed the CFPB's decision to abandon similar investigations. What do you think? Is Zelle truly responsible for the fraud, or are the banks and users also to blame? Share your thoughts in the comments below.